Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to latest webinar by 42Gears. Today we are here to show you how 42Gears products are being used in the logistics and transportation industry, offering devices and app management solution that helps companies streamline their mobility strategies. Before we get started, I would like to request you to drop any questions you may have during the presentation in the question box panel that's present on the right hand side of your screen, and I will answer them at the end of this session. Transport and logistic companies face several challenges while managing their business activities and fulfilling the customer demands. With large-scale global demographical shifts, there is a need to improve the productivity and gain a deeper insight in order to deliver improved services. The rise and growth of enterprise mobility has helped to streamline many operations, from ensuring customer contentment to maintaining security. The mobility solution fulfills several critical business needs. For a long time, all management functions were being tracked on paper, and now, well, with adoption of enterprise mobility and logistics and transportation, business process can now be managed through devices, reducing a lot of paperwork for admin. Mobile devices allow admins to see problems exactly where they occurred and find the right solution. So they are no longer required to wait for a report to come in. Drivers and delivery people can take necessary customer or delivery data wherever they go. They can check the status of jobs at any time on their business devices and can easily review their checklist and fulfill an order. Before adoption of enterprise mobility, logistics and transportation companies were performing all asset management functions manually. But mobile devices are now allowing them to track assets and get live updates, such as determining if a shipment is on track or is running behind. Mobile technology also helps employees make safer decisions. Mobile technologies allow drivers to clock in and out remotely, and even helps to prevent driver fatigue, which minimizes the chances of accidents. Mobile technology has also helped smoothen the communication between the headquarters and the team members on field. In the long run, it helps to save fuel cost and speed up the business process. Before we move on to the 42Gears product features, let's quickly take a look at how enterprise mobility management solutions have helped logistics and transportation businesses. Firstly, transportation and logistics solutions providers are always looking for a way to improve service for their customers, improve staff productivity, and lower the cost. The right UEM tool helps to improve and streamline their business processes by easily integrating with backend systems. Secondly, organizations often deal with issues related to weather, staffing, and vehicle scheduling. It becomes vital for these companies to avoid a web of complexities related to service issues that not only cost time and money but also endangers regulatory compliances policies such as the ELD logging mandate. UVM solutions not only help support essential functions but also ensures reliability. Moving on, while automated solutions in logistics and transportation industry are constantly evolving, it is also essential for admins to respond to situations with both accuracy and efficiency. I'm talking about end-to-end package tracking or minimizing the number of steps to optimize supply chain management in a warehouse. UVM can help these companies incorporate technology such as improved asset tracking via GPS. It can be on the device and more. So I'll demo these features to you shortly. And finally, ensuring effective information and operational security is also highly important. UVM solutions help management track the ongoing challenges of maintaining security compliances when mobile devices are used for business purposes. We are now going to take a look at what 42Gears product features are being used by organization in the logistics or transportation industry. The first and foremost feature I would like to talk about is the remote management. 42Gears UEM allows IT admins to remotely take control of devices being used on field for providing real-time technical support. It lets you group your device and schedule maintenance activity like scans and software upgrades. The next point I'll be covering is the application management with the help of our product tablets and mobile devices being used by transportation and logistic companies can be locked down with access to only few allowed applications. IT admins can also set up kiosk mode on the device to avoid device misuse, driver distraction, and inflated mobile bills. Driver safety is one of the important topics we'll be talking about. It's an important feature being offered by 42Gears UEM that allows admin to set a speed threshold for the driver to either auto lock the screen of the device from being used or launch a custom lockdown profile. And of course, the wearable management as well. Here I'll be talking about how logistics and transportation companies are using wearable technology to increase productivity, enhance work safety, cut cost, etc. 42Gears UEM enables enterprises to truly tap into the benefits of wearable by empowering them with extended control and management capabilities. Now let's move on to the demo session where we would be seeing how the 42Gears UEM features works like remote management, kiosk management, wearable management, application management, and the driver safety mode. So what you see here is the SureMDM login page. So as I have already registered for SureMDM and I have my username and password. So let me click on the login button. So once you click on to the login button, it takes you to the SureMDM console. And in the SureMDM console, you can see on the left hand side is the device grouping, and in the center you see the all the online and offline devices. And on the right hand side, you can see the device info, network info, and the quick action buttons for each selected devices. And on top, we have the menu bar where we have the dashboard, jobs, application store, reports, deep thought, etc. So for this demo, I have already enrolled a couple of devices. That's the Android wearable device, that's the LG Watch. And we have an Android tablet here. So first is we need to enroll the device, enrolling the device into the console. So it's just a simple process. So you just go to the enrollment, you just scan the QR code, or you just do a manual enrollment. So once the enrollment is completed, you can see the enroll devices in the device grid. And the first option we would be looking here at the remote support. So you just select on the device and just click on the remote option on the right hand side. And once you click on to this option, you can see the device screen on the left hand side and the file manager on the right hand side. So you can take a complete control of the device, like touch events. So you can click on the buttons so that it launches the application. And apart from that, you can just pause the screen. You can just do a volume up and down. If you want to search anything, you can search it. And if you want to take a quick screenshot of the screen, you can always click on the screenshot button. And on the right hand side, you can see the whole file manager, wherein you can always upload and download files based on your requirement, and you can create your folders, and you can just change from folder to folder as well. And we have the task manager, and if you find any application that's not responding on your tablets, so you can always go here, just refresh the list once, and the activity that you were using as the latest would pop up in the front. You just click on it and you just kill the process so that it just refreshes the option. So if you have any issues troubleshooting, so for example, if you have your field force in the field, and as an administrator, if you want to take control of your device, so this is a really cool feature where you take the remote support of the device and you just try to troubleshoot it so that you don't have to spend more money on getting the devices to your IT center, fixing it, and again giving it back to your field force. So that's about the remote support that we saw. And moving on to the application management. So you just click on the device and just click on to this apps option. So when you click onto the apps option, you see the list of apps that are installed on to that particular device. So that's the webinar device that I have with me. So here you can see the downloaded apps, the system apps, and the all applications over here. And if you want to quickly uninstall any applications, you can just select the particular app and you just click on uninstall the application. So that's how it is easy to uninstall an application. And at the same time, if you want to install any applications, you can always go to the job section. And in the job section, we have different operating systems that we support. Like the Android wearable, Android, Linux, Windows Mobile, iOS devices. So click on the Android. You can see the first option here, that's the install application. You just click on the install application and just click on the add. If you have any HTTP link, you can give the URL over here. And if you want to navigate it, you can just go to the particular path and you can just select the file. That's the APK file that you can select. And you just save this as a job, and you can just push this settings to the device. Like for example, I have just created one here, that's the signature V, Let's try to modify it. So that's the .apk file, and yes. So you can always ask me, how do we, once we create a job, how do we push this job? So it's very simple. So if you want to do it for an individual job, you select the job and click on apply. So when you click on apply, it would list all your jobs that you have created, and I have my signature V here, and I just click on apply. And so here you find the exclamation mark over here, so that says it's still pending, and once the job gets deployed, it would say as status as deployed. So if you see here, that's the green tick that says the jobs are deployed. Okay, and for an individual device, you select the device and you click on apply. And for a group of device, like for east, north, south, west, if you need to apply the job, you just select the group, and you just click on apply, and you just select the job and you just apply it, so that applies to all the devices in that particular group. Now moving on to the wearable management. So I have a LG watch over here, and based on that, you can see the information of that particular device. That's the LG watch that's running on the Nougat operating system, and so that's the device name. And it has all the network details. That's the MAC address, IP address, Wi-Fi signal, battery percentage. And I have mirrored this device for you. That's my LG watch, and you can see here we have already enrolled this device with Nix agent and Sherlock into a kiosk mode. So now currently this device is in kiosk mode, and with SureMDM and Wi-Fi Center as the allowed application. And so it says Android Wear, and it is in the online state with version 1.11. So you can see the same here. That's the Android Wear. The device is online with the agent version as 1.11. And what all can be done is you can do a location tracking of this Android wearable. And if you go to the job section, you can have go to the Android Wear. So here we have a couple of things like you can do file transfer, you can send text messages, you can push couple of run scripts. So we have a blog for the run scripts that we support for Android Wear. You can just Google search it, and there is a list of run scripts for it. And so, as I said earlier, location tracking can be done, Wi-Fi settings can be done, and even the notification policies also can be pushed. And at the same time, if you want to send any messages to this particular device, uh, like something like that, meeting at 11 a.m. and just click on the send button here. So on the device side, you can see on the screen that on the message there is a notification. So just select onto that, and you can see the messages that we sent, meeting at 11 a.m. So you can also reply from the Android wearable. And moving on to the kiosk mode over here, uh, you can see the Android wearable device that I have with me over here is currently running on Sherlock. That's the kiosk lockdown tool. So here you can whitelist a couple of applications. and for an Android tablet or mobile phone, so you can just click on the Sherlock option here, and in the Sherlock option you can see this the allowed application. So you just go to the allowed application, and from here you can add the if you want to whitelist any of the application, you can just add it from here. Like for example, I need a calculator and Chrome as my whitelisted applications. So I have my tablet here, which is currently in kiosk lockdown. So I'm just trying to pull the top notification panel. Like it's not able to, uh, we are not able to pull it down, and just click on the home button. It stays in the kiosk lockdown itself. So these are my whitelisted applications, and just click on the done button, and we need to apply the settings to the tablet. So you can see on the tablet that it's started applying the settings, and there you go. You have the two whitelisted application. That's the calculator and Chrome. So you can use only just this two application inside the kiosk mode. So that's about the Sherlock kiosk management. Uh, and that's it. That's how easy it is to set up your kiosk mode on your Android tablets or your on your Android wearable. So let's move on to the important topic that we would be talking today. That's the driver safety mode. So you just go to the Sherlock settings, and in Sherlock settings you can always search for driver safety mode. So there you go. That's the driver safety mode. So you just have to enable the driver safety option here. And once the option is enabled, you can set the driver safety threshold for overlay. So when you set the threshold over here, that can be in miles or kilometers. So there would be an overlay on top of the screen. So when your driver is speeding on 40 or 41 miles here, so there you're gonna find a overlay on top of the screen. So uh, that's how exactly it works. So the admin would set up the speed threshold for the drivers, and basically it auto locks the screen of the device. So what happens here is, and at the same time, you can even launch a custom lockdown profile. So if you have an overlay, and on top of it, I just want to see the Google Maps because my driver wants to use the Google Maps when the overlay is on. So you can always enable a driver safety profile. It's again a dot settings file that you want to give the path over here. So when the threshold hits, so this profile gets activated, and they can use a few applications on the overlay. And you can even set the email alerts as well. So if you want to get it notified when the driver exceeds the threshold, yes, you can even enable the alert over here. So that's about the driver safety settings that we have. So moving on to the next slide here. So we would be talking about the ELD mandate here. I would like to take this opportunity to quickly talk about how 42 Gears has also helped fleet management companies become compliant with the ELD mandate. In December 2015, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, that's the FMCSA, published the new electronic logging device mandate, or ELD. As per the ELD mandate, all commercial trucking companies have to use electronic logging devices on their trucks to report driver's record of duty status. That's the RODS. Drivers can use the electronic logbook application on smartphones or tablets to record driving information and maintain compliance with hours of service rules. But often, this purpose specific mobile devices are prone to unintentional or intentional misuses. So, moreover, updating electronic logbook applications on these devices to the newer version is also a problem, especially when they are constantly on the move. Recognizing the burden of unaffordable electronic logging technology on trucking companies, the FMCSA ruled that smartphones, tablets, and even rugged handheld can be used in accordance with ELD requirements. This makes it easy for fleets to opt for cost-effective hardware like smartphones or tablets to implement the ELD rule. With widespread use of smartphones across the globe, now the truck drivers will be more familiar with their UI, allowing easier acceptance and adoption. A large number of trucking companies use a 42Gears UEM solution to securely lock down and remotely manage their tablets and smartphones and allow only electronic logbook application with few other specific applications for drivers use. They are able to push updates to the application, allow or block application, and troubleshoot device issues using 42 gears UEM remote screen sharing and that's even capability. Now that you have a good idea of how 42 gears products are used in the logistics and transportation industry, I would like to take this opportunity to give you a quick look at some of the ways they are being utilized by some of our customers. The first company I would like to talk about is a pumping service company located at Oklahoma. It specializes in nitrogen pumping and transportation services, as well as fracturing services, such as pressure testing, purging, drying, oil well completion, and more. The company employs truck drivers to transport items such as liquid nitrogen or various pieces of frac equipment. These drivers are equipped with tablets connected to a cellular network. The company locks down and manages the devices remotely using 42 gears UEM solution. Sorry. Drivers get to use only the apps they need to perform their job functions, resulting in a considerable amount of money saved on cellular bandwidth and device maintenance. Remote support helps in diagnosing and troubleshooting of problems faced by employees in the field without IT teams members having to drive down to help them in remote areas. The company also pushes various updates remotely using 42 gas UEM, saving time and resources. The next use case is for a taxi service company in Canada that uses Android tablets for keeping the drivers connected to the dispatch center for calls and job dispatchment. But the company was facing challenges like drivers changing settings or installing games or other non-authorized softwares on the tablets. The company now uses 42 gears UEM to prevent the end user from changing settings on the Android tablets Deployment across multiple devices was a matter of a couple of minutes. The export and import to cloud feature within the Sherlock made replication of settings on tablets very quick and easy. The third use case I would like to talk about is about a taxi hailing solution provider located in Sri Lanka. The company offers a taxi hailing app that is uploaded on mobile devices and distributed to taxi drivers. But the company was facing some specific challenges, such as some drivers not being well acquainted with the use of mobile devices. At the same time, drivers who are familiar with operating the devices would potentially misuse the GPS enabled device for their personal use. The company was also finding it difficult to track the activities of drivers on their mobile devices. They opted for 42Gears UEM solution mainly because of its user-friendly web console and other useful features like software distribution and remote location tracking. And finally, a large e-commerce logistic company in India that delivers shipments across hundreds of cities uses rugged handheld devices as business tools in their warehouses to supervise the inflow and outflow of goods. So, for example, scanning the barcode for shipments and uploading the delivery information to their centralized database. But the company did not want to keep their devices unsupervised due to the data leakage threat. They wanted to ensure that the devices are used for business purposes only. The company uses 42G's solution to restrict misuse of devices by locking the mobile devices with just one approved application using the kiosk mode within Sherlock. 42G's UEM also helps them restricted unnecessarily data usage, tracks the device in real time, pushes updates, and diagnoses device health. The telecom expense management feature of SureMDM helps them to monitor and control mobile data even when the devices are on the move. So, with this, we come to the end of this session. So, thank you for listening. I would now like to move on to the Q&A session. If you have any query related to any feature or any part of the demo, I would request you to add them to the question box now. So I have my first query here that says, can devices be located real time on the SureMDM console? So the answer here is yes. So if you see in the SureMDM console that we have, so you just have to enable the location tracking. So currently it is off. You just click on edit and you stay on. And same, you can just click on the locate button. So you can track the device where it is currently located. Okay, so with that, we come to the end of this webinar. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to drop in a mail at webinars@42gears.com or visit us at www.42gears.com. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure being with you today. Thanks again for joining me today, and we will see you next time.